It's a rivalry that defines the sport. One that everyone points to when asked what makes a good or classic rivalry in college football. The Scarlet and Gray against the Maize and Blue. Two diametrically opposed programs who will meet again to continue a rivalry that has had everything from Heisman statements to pepper spray at midfield. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Buckeyes offense will get the football first. The colors of the day were maize and blue when Michigan won a close one last year.
It was Ohio State leaving the stadium feeling blue after that one, too. The way that Michigan enforced their will late in that game. They were the most physical team when they needed to be, and, David, they're going to have to do that again to pull out this W.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're the coach at Ohio State and you won every game on your schedule, but you lose to Michigan, it's an unsuccessful year. So he's heard about it all offseason, and these players have too, and they'll be ready for some revenge.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Grabs it inside the 15. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Ohio State. He can find the end zone. Now 60 career touchdown catches.
I mean, that is just silly that this guy is always finding ways to get in the end zone. Like, you know they want to take him away. He is the focal point. 60 touchdowns, you know they're going to throw it to him. Palmer keeps making plays.
And, David, throughout his career, we've seen defenses try everything to stop this guy. They've bracketed him, double coverage, man coverage, zone coverage. It doesn't matter. He's the ultimate weapon. 60 touchdown catches is so good.
The Wolverines offense has its first opportunity of the day. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. On the ground, it's Haynes. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Touchdown, Buckeyes! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
Guys, here come those maize and blue wing helmets on offense. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Got it in the middle, it's Marsh. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. A strike downfield. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Trying play action. Throws to the wideout. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains. The Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Bulldozes his way through. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. And the Wolverines will line it up on 1st and 10. He wants to throw it again. Got his man downfield. Oh, he's got some space. And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? And that is a punch right in the gut to make a play like that and have a penalty wipe it out. 1st down here for the offense. He wants to throw it. Catch in the middle, it's Morgan. Strikes first, delivers the punch, and works his way to the 31. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Marsh. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Fires to the wideout. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the 1st down. The Wolverines didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. He'll pull it on the read. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Couldn't get any closer on 1st down. Now 2nd and goal from the 9. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. Forges ahead for 1 to the 8-yard line. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. He wants it all. Touchdown, Wolverines. Fitted in the window for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in games.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Here they're trying to get it to the edge. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. While we're only through 1, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Looking to fire. Finds a tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. 3rd down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Got it in the middle, it's Lacy. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
They've gotten this drive going, a couple of 1st downs already. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
It's one thing to get that huge play. Now you got to cash it in with 6. 1st and 10 from the 24. Looking for a crease. It's Lacy. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it.
Touchdown, Ohio State. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hitting the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Georgia is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the momentum may be turning. These dogs have picked themselves up off the canvas before, and they are capable of it again today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Georgia Tech. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. The give to the back. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Wolverines will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. There he goes. He stopped at the 48. They pick up a 10 on the play. The Buckeyes, really the entire state, they pride themselves on toughness. Establishing the ability to run the ball when they want to has always been important here.
Part of that Midwest lifestyle, but when you're Ohio State, you recruit at such a high level. You're going to get great offensive linemen, great running backs, so it's not a surprise that they're usually a physical unit.
Unloads it left. He's got an open man.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Here's a quick throw out to the left. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. And the Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Scanning the field, it's St. Clair. Makes the grab. And he's down right there. Picked up a few, but still some work to do to get a 1st down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Caught in the backfield, it's Singleton. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. So here comes the Michigan offense. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the third quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. It's first down from their own 23-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Uncorks it. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries, with great history, great pageantry. But I think what makes Ohio State versus Michigan unique is the fact that more often than not, these are two teams competing for national championships at the end of the year, and this game really does determine the national landscape.
And 19 national championships between the two teams. Late in the year, it always mattered. You go back to 2006, number 1 versus number 2. So always disdain, always hate. Don't even call each other by their names. Like, this rivalry means so much to college football.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Working well behind the sticks on second down. To the air, it's Underwood. Grabbed in the middle, it's Cleescorn. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly.
QB spicing. No gain on the play. Brings up second down.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Looking downfield very late in the half. Under fire. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock.
No gain on the play.
The Wolverines send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. It'll go out of bounds, and we'll see where they mark it. It's going to be right around the 35. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Wants to go up top on first down. Trying to get behind the defense. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when the Wolverines and Buckeyes get together, and a fun first half to boot.
The Buckeyes will line up to kick off and start the second half. Coming out with it, it's Stewart. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments. They've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think then if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up. You told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Leaves it with the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Dropping back, it's Underwood. Flips it out on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. And the Wolverines will try to pin them back with the punt. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Gonna run it. It's Lacy. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. He wants to go deep. Makes a grab at the 25, and there's room. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the third quarter.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Off the RPO, complete. Touchdown, Buckeyes! All that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something big to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Finds some space, enough to get 5 to the 22.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Marshall. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Gerbach or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Griese, guys that could have hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the ability to do all of those things.
The Wolverines can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. From the gun, running back on the move. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. And the Wolverines trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air, it's Underwood. Works the middle. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Under fire. Using his legs to buy some time. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Takes the handoff. It's Haynes. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. He'll run it again. And some room to work. Turning it on. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Wolverines back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They'll run it. Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Makes the grab. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. They'll try to power their way ahead. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. The Wolverines have it with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wants to throw. It's Underwood. Looking to get it in. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
Nice job by the defense, forcing the third and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
They want to dance their way in on third and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Michigan.
And how about this offensive line? Third and goal, you gotta have it. They flew off of the ball. They got some push. They made that easy on their running back to score that touchdown.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. On the ground, it's Lacey. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Now facing a third and long. Catch in the middle. It's Raymond. He's brought down right at the 30-yard line. That's short of first down yardage. Fourth down is coming.
That's perfectly fine. If I'm a defense, I'm going to give up some yards right there. Play deep, react to shallow. The running back catches the football. I come up. He gets a positive gain, but it doesn't matter because now I won third down and forced him on fourth down.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's first and 10. Try to get it to the edge. Turns it on in midfield. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing it.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws.
Breaks into the open. And out of bounds right at the 12-yard line.
And there's a coachable moment for that young man right there. It's a nice run. Your team's got the lead late, but because of that, you cannot go out of bounds before you get to 2 minutes. If you go out, the clock's going to stop. And that's a coachable moment, something he'll learn from moving forward.
The Buckeyes are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Back to throw, it's St. Clair. Setting up the screen. He gets it all the way down inside the 10. It'll be first and goal from the 8. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. On 2nd and goal, he carries again. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. Trying to bully their way in. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Ohio State. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the 4th, and now they can smell 8 straight wins. Ohio State is dotting Michigan's eye as the Buckeyes are firmly in control.
And Ohio State, you know, they've let a few get away from their rival in Michigan, and they're trying to get that back. So they came into this one with a chip on their shoulder. They're not always used to being in that position when they play against Michigan. But, David, in the 2nd half here, it's all Buckeyes.
Yeah, and you know you got to be physical. When you play the Wolverines, you know the type of brand that they play. Ohio State has matched that physicality. They have been ready. They were ready for the game, and they've handled business.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want...
Oh, he's got some space. He'll have enough for the 1st down, and they stop him at the 45. And the Wolverines moving quickly to the line.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wants to throw it. Caught over the middle. It's Marsh. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. Looking downfield. It's Underwood. Quickly to the tight end. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the 1st down at the 34-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the middle. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. The Wolverines, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Wolverines. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. They put up another score here in the fourth, and they are well on their way to an 11-1 regular season. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground, you're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Fires to the tight end.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes trailing late, I think you got to be thrown to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set.
That's a first down for the offense.
To the air on first down. Here's a throw downfield late. Touchdown, Michigan. They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
Number 0.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
The hands team out there to avert disaster, and so they do. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground, and mostly...
There he goes!
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take their time before they snap the ball.
Give to the running back. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. And the Buckeyes are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And that's how you finish it off. Scoring on the final play of the game doesn't affect the outcome. Just a little cherry on top of the sundae. The game may be the best rivalry in college football, and this year, the Buckeyes will hold the bragging rights. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.